That music can only mean one thing. It's Mission Impossible Week. Yes, please. Today's a day. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 finally hits the theaters. So all week, as you know, we're talking with the stars from the new movie. This morning, it's Vanessa Kirby's turn. She's returning to the role of Alana Mitsopoulos, better known as White Widow, a powerful and dangerous international arms dealer. In this clip, she lays out the stakes of Ethan Hunt's latest mission.
As most of you know, I am merely a broker. I connect a buyer and a seller, sometimes for money, sometimes for information, but mostly for friendship. I just want everyone to get along. With me, especially. But the world is changing. Truth is vanishing. War is coming. And the key to world domination is, of all things, a key. One that any government in the world would pay a king's ransom to take possession of. And some of my dearest friends, in this case, every major nuclear power and a handful of minor ones, have asked me to deliver this key.
That is such a good scene.
Such a good scene.
Wasn't it, Tony? Mission Impossible, as you know by now, is from Paramount Pictures. We're very excited about that because it's part of the same company as CBS. Vanessa Kirby, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so excited to have you
That
here.
scene is probably the center of the movie. I mean, that pulls it all together, and you carry it off so well.
I mean, this is the thing. This movie has certainly lived up to the hype and all the press. I just want to open with this. Yesterday, 24 hours on Tuesday, Tom and your director, Chris, visited movie theaters in Toronto, D.C., Atlanta, and Miami. And one day, they went from city to city just to say thank you to the audiences. They posted a thing saying, see this movie in any movies, we thank you for coming. Then they just kicked back with some popcorn and some soda, just to say thank you to everybody.
Yeah.
Vanessa, you too have been making the rounds, but today is a day. And I'm wondering how you're feeling because it really does live up to the hype.
Yeah.
You ready for it?
Yeah, it's always a different experience, you know, when something, I mean, we shot this in the height of COVID and we were a little bubble and it was over many years and we were, in that scene you referenced, there was all the characters, the key characters. It's very rare in these mission films to have everybody together. And everyone was wearing masks, and Tom was one of the first people to sort of pioneer being able to shoot during COVID. And so because we were a little family in our bubble, for it now to be out there in the world is really thrilling. And I think everybody is so fantastic in it, and I'm very proud to be a part of it.
What I so love about that scene, and you in the film in general, is the quiet intensity. You know, you have everyone's looking at you and hanging on your every word, but you're not yelling, you're not fighting people in this film.
You're very menacing and threatening and scary without raising your voice.
Without any big movements, it's incredible. And what's interesting is that Christopher McQuarrie, the director, told us that he finds actors he wants to work with and then builds characters around them. So were you part of that building process? How did that go?
Yeah, I joined them about, six and a half years ago when we did Mission Impossible Fallout, the previous one. And one of the first things they said was, we love having a kind of a thread between the movies that started 30 years ago with the first Mission Impossible, and Vanessa Redgrave, who's one of my heroes,
played
my mum, and Max. And so I was so lucky because I got to study her, and she had this incredible. I would never have thought of it myself to be somebody that's sort of so in charge of this really dark, you know, hugely powerful organisation, but to do it with lightness and play rather than, as you say, being, you know, assertive or menacing. I mean, I was very tempted. I think I came in quite strong at the beginning.
Did you start that way, though, being very aggressive?
Yes.
And what did they tell you? Dial it down or what?
Yeah, they said, try playing with it. Remember that the most powerful don't need to assert it because she doesn't have to, if you see what I mean. And so it was a big acting challenge and also lesson, and it was wonderful to learn that actually you can do it quietly.
You know, you have said that Tom Cruise has an unhinged thirst for perfection. So I'm wondering, working with him, do you feel, because he always seems to want to kick things up a notch, did you feel for yourself the pressure of wanting to kick things up a notch for yourself, stretching yourself? The interview Tony just did with Chris, he says, Tom has you doing things you didn't think you could do.
Yes.
Did that happen to you as well?
Yeah, I don't remember saying that, but it's quite a good quote. It's a bit like, I would say this to Tom, if you see this incredible stunt, the motorcycle, and I know he's posted about it, anyone daring to do that and take the risk of doing that and move through the fear and do it 8 times we were there watching it on set, watching him do it, and he was the calmest person by far. But when you watch him do it and you realise what's the equivalent in my own life, what would I be most afraid of? I mean, that would terrify me. But how could I push through that and, you know, do something that I didn't think that I could do before? And if Tom can kind of do it in front of you, perhaps I can. And so for that reason, I think it kind of is very inspiring for all of us around him, because you just think, what are my limits, or what am I most scared of? And then,
But your character is also, sometimes we don't know what side she's on. You do that
Are you a
deliberately?
good guy or a bad guy?
Yeah.
How would you describe yourself in
a
this
bit of
movie?
both, really. I mean, I always prefer being the bad guy, but or woman. But yeah, I think again, what Vanessa Redgrave did so well is, oh God, she was so charming with Tom, wasn't she? And they sort of loved each other in those scenes. And I wanted to, just try and capture the essence of what she had done, really.
You were at the premiere, you were saying, with your dad in London. What's it like with family members watching you on the screen in this role?
I remember when we went to Fallout, the previous movie, and I sat next to my dad in the huge IMAX. Tom had done a big screening in the IMAX. And it was so sweet turning to my left and seeing him look like a 5-year-old, you know, just completely... all his facial expressions were incredible, and he was jumping out of his seat and popcorn going everywhere, and he was just adorable. And so, yeah, it's really special when you go, oh, God, we know what it's like to be there filming the scenes. We know how long it takes. We know all the different edits and the time and over the course of many months. But, yeah, to have people experience it that you love is pretty cool.
She has a very quiet way of speaking, doesn't she, Tony?
She does. It's mesmerizing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We're all wrapped.
I know, because I think it's the suit.
Oh, no, you look fantastic. I'm really excited for you, really excited for this movie, and can't wait for people to see it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And you're
for
already
seeing it
working
twice.
on the next one.
We are, yeah. Tom's just done a huge, big stunt sequence in Africa. They've been filming for months.
Are you in
It's
it?
really remarkable. Yeah, I'm not allowed to. I think I might be told off, but...
She's in it. Thank you, Vanessa Kirby. Thank you. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 is out in theaters everywhere today.